The XFL is generating plenty of buzz in its opening weekend with 3 of 4 games outdrawing every NBA and college basketball telecast in the previous week. So hearts around for football fans. Should the league continue to grow, some will suggest the XFL could provide an alternative to college football for some players. Now, Wednesday on the Dan Patrick Show, XFL Commissioner Oliver Luck said, quote, "We do have the ability to sign a college freshman or sophomore. We haven't dipped our toe in that pond, but we could in the future." Back here with Bobby Carpenter and Emmanuel Acho. Bobby said there are no roses here on this desk.
No roses.
Well, he broke some of them.
But
yes.
It's Valentine's Day, and I might have some good news, because as you look at this, I don't think the XFL is going to dive and get those freshmen. But I do think there are some sophomores, potentially juniors, that may not want to have to sit and wait another year. And there's a guy that would work perfectly in my mind. It's a guy on the LSU Tigers who was a national champion, who watched everybody leave. JaMarr Chase has already won the Biletnikoff. And so if you look at this and you're trying to figure out who would be a good candidate, a guy that's achieved everything in college football, his entire team is gone. He is going to be left there holding the bag. And wouldn't he like to be somewhere else actually holding a bag of cash while he's getting to play and playing in less games than he'd have to for the Tigers?
So, look, the main point here is that the XFL isn't necessarily targeting college players right this second, but it is something down the road, to your point, that could be a reality. And look, what Bobby's saying here is you could get paid. I think it's important to be clear about how much money they could actually make. It's maybe for quarterbacks anywhere between $200,000 to maybe up to $300,000, $400,000. For position players, it's less than that. So is this worth it from the college standpoint to go and try to get the attention at the XFL level?
I think so. I think this could be huge. Oliver Luck, he said he hasn't dipped his toe in the water in regards to that yet. But understand, just dipping your toe in the water might create a massive wake. Because when college players start to realize, wait a second, I can forego this last year where I'm working and playing for free, and all of a sudden, I can get real money, whether it's $50, $100, $150,000. That's better than a $1,500 scholarship check. I'll tell you that right now. So when you realize I can make some money there, I think this will have a domino effect. Remember, in 2009, I'm reminded of Brandon Jennings, first-round pick in the NBA. He chose to go overseas, and I believed he played for a team in Italy, and he collected $1.6 million, because in NBA you have to sit out 1 year. In college football, you have to sit out 3 years. I think this could be a huge deal. Not just a small deal. It could be a huge deal.
Now, there's one thing, though, the timing of it all. You bring up JaMarr Chase, right? JaMarr Chase has to wait a full year. So how do you decide to do something like this if we're talking about a guy that wants to sit out, and then he has to wait into the spring? He has to watch the entire fall play out.
And that's what's going to be tough. Would you play immediately after your season, or would you wait and try to play during the draft? To me, I think the XFL, if they ultimately decide to do this, they take that timeline and push this league back a little bit into the summer, because this is perfect for them. They would be willing to pay more, Kevin, if you can get those guys who are from big schools, who are established brands, who are going to garner eyeballs. So I think you take a couple months off, you play, you prepare 6 months for the draft, and then those guys are ready to go.
The tagline is for the love of football. So much of the XFL is about exciting offensive plays and some fun there. Do you think that offensive players would be more interested in going even than defensive guys, or does it not matter?
I don't think it necessarily matters from a player aspect, but I think if you look at receivers and if you look at quarterbacks, if you look at running backs, the flashy guys, those are the players that will probably garner more attention. More attention equals more money. So I think if it's the money aspect, Laura, that's going to alert people. To Bobby's point, and Bobby hit the nail on the head. As soon as you finish your sophomore season, your true sophomore season, you've played 2 years, jump to the XFL, make a quick $100,000, keep it pushing.
Keep this in mind. 35 years ago, USFL did this. They had money. The problem is they went head-to-head with the NFL.
Good point.
The XFL is not doing that now.
They're not, and you can continue to tune into the XFL on ABC Saturday at 2 p.m. Check that game out, and then Sunday at 3 p.m. It carries on. It was an exciting opening weekend.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube.
For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app.
And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.